Good day, welcome to Mathematics 7. Today, we're going to discuss about the subset of real numbers. First, we have natural numbers. So it starts with numbers 1, 2, 3 up to positive infinity. Now, if your natural numbers starts with 0, those are what we call now set of whole numbers. And if those set of whole numbers together with negative numbers, you have negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, those are now what we call integers or set of integers. And if those set of integers, positive numbers 0 together with negative numbers added with fractions that are repeating or terminating numbers or decimals like negative 9 over 2, 6.17 bar, 8.23, those are what we call now rational numbers or set of rational numbers. And we have another set of numbers outside those rational numbers. Those are what we call irrational numbers. So those are numbers that are non-repeating or non-terminating. Like for example, square root of 2 and pi. And those rational numbers together with irrational numbers is now what we call the set of real numbers or what we call the real number system. So let's discuss one by one. First, we have natural numbers. For representation, we have capital N. So those natural numbers are what we called also as counting numbers. Those are numbers used for counting and ordering. Examples, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, ... That means you still have many numbers next to 7. Again, don't forget that natural numbers or counting numbers always starts with 1. Next, whole numbers. For representation, we have capital W. Whole numbers are set of natural numbers and number 0. So again, if your number starts with 0, followed by your natural numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc., those are what we call whole numbers. Again, don't forget that whole number starts with 0. Now we have integers. For representation, we have capital Z, and as your exponent, you have positive sign. So Z positive or Z raised to negative or Z negative. So integers consist of whole numbers and the negatives. Integers are numbers that can be written without fractional or decimal component. So we have again for integers 0 at the middle, you have your positive numbers to your right, and you have your negative numbers to the left. So integers consist of positive numbers, negative numbers, together with 0. Now we have for negative numbers, that is Z negative or Z raised to negative. Negative numbers are real numbers that is less than 0. Again, less than 0. Like for example, you have negative 4, negative 3, negative 2, negative 1. So you have this symbol, a negative symbol, before each number. Now we have rational numbers. For representation, we have capital Q. Rational numbers are numbers that can be expressed as the quotient of two integers, A over B, and rational numbers can also be expressed as a decimal. So those numbers can be terminating or repeating. Like for example, 2 over 5, negative 10 over 3, 0.5, or negative 1.33. So in rational numbers, if you're going to convert those fractions into decimals, your decimals must be a terminating or repeating numbers. Now, for the opposite of rational, we have irrational numbers. For the representation, we have Q prime or Q, and then you have the apostrophe here. Irrational numbers are numbers that cannot be expressed as the ratio of two integers. So, those are non-terminating or non-repeating numbers. Example, square root of 2, square root of 5, square root of 6, square root of 7, and pi. So as you can see, pi here stands for 3.141592 ... So it never ends. And if you're going to convert a fraction into decimal, and if your decimals are non-terminating or non-repeating, that is still under irrational numbers. So for the definition of real numbers, for representation, you have capital R. Those are the union of the sets of rational numbers and irrational numbers. Those are the numbers that can be located on the number line. So again, we have for natural numbers, starts with 1, also known as counting numbers. And if you have 0, it starts with 0. Those are not what we call set of whole numbers. And if those whole numbers consist this time with negative numbers again, those are what we call set of integers. Now, if those integers consist together with fractions that are terminating or repeating, those are what we call set of rational numbers. And the separate set of numbers that are non-terminating or non-repeating, like for example square root of 2 or pi, those are what we call now set of irrational numbers. And all those kinds of numbers are what we call the set of real numbers.